Welcome to the show, guys. Week 14, waiver wire right here, right now. Short, concise video giving you all the optimal players to pick up off waiver wire for week 14 for fantasy football playoffs or whatever it is you need to do this week. I got the players here for you. If you're new to the channel, smash it, tap it, slap it, hit that thumbs up, and drop your starts and sits questions below. I'll try to get to as many as I humanly possibly can. If you have not subscribed, this is the only channel giving you the truth. This is the only channel. While everybody else was telling you draft CMC, I said, do not, under no circumstances, draft Christian McCaffrey. It'll be catastrophic to your league. The only person. So hit the thumbs up, smash it, tap it, slap it. Welcome to the channel, all right? So let's go through every single position, giving you all the optimal waiver wires. Now, I will say this, okay? For the most part, you want to stick with the guys that you drafted or are already on your team because it's slim and trim at waiver wire. So if your players have been consistent, roll with those guys. It's only for desperate measures. You may want to pick somebody up. Or, for example, one of the top running backs, which I'm going to tell you who it is in a second, you may want to pick them up just so you basically block someone else from having a potential starting running back that could be amazing, okay? So let's get to it. The top quarterback picks up again. It's going to be a short video to drop your questions below, okay? Caleb Williams, Russell Wilson, who else is there here? And Bryce Young, if you're really desperate at quarterback. These guys may and should be available in your leagues, especially in a one-quarterback league. Russell Wilson finished 4th this past week in fantasy points amongst quarterbacks. Caleb Williams finished 5th amongst quarterbacks. And Bryce Young, believe it or not, finished 8th amongst quarterbacks. There is some upside for these guys next year. Not necessarily Russell Wilson, but Caleb and Bryce Young, especially in 2-quarterback leagues. But as of right now, if you're desperate for a quarterback in a 2-quarterback league or a super flex league, and you need that second quarterback, these guys are viable and are starting to pick it up later in the season, including Caleb Williams, who had 2 consecutive weeks finishing top 5. Pretty impressive out of Caleb Williams, okay? Running back position. Again, hit the thumbs up, guys. It really helps the channel. Smash it and drop your questions below. Kamani Vidal, Gus Edwards could be viable with J.K. Dobbins being out injured. And again, it's a bit of a crapshoot. You want youth, you go Vidal. If you want a little bit more goal line work, a little more experience, then you go with Gus Edwards. But either way, these guys could be viable. You're looking at, maybe a 10-point floor out of them. Nothing to get excited about, right? Very slim and trim at running backs, although Isaac Orlando is the top waiver wire pickup this week simply because, CMC's out for the season with a PCL injury. I told you to avoid this guy. He's gone. And Mason's out with an ankle. Isaac Orlando is a top waiver wire pickup. Now, some people will ask, what should I spend on him on an FAAB budget, free agent acquisition budget? I spend as much as you possibly can and leave a little bit of float money to cover you for the playoffs if you need a kicker or defense or something like that. But everybody's going to go all in on Isaac Orlando here at a running back position where you got a viable starter in a year where running backs are so slim and trim. So you may want to consider grabbing him, okay, with Jordan Mason being out on IR now. He's going on IR. I just saw breaking news here, okay? Rico Dowdle, if he's available, he had 21 points last week. If he's available in your league, could be a viable start again, Rico Dowdle. And Blake Corum actually had 8 rushes, for 42 yards. A season high for him as he's starting to get integrated a little bit more in that offense. But if you're really desperate, you may want to consider Blake Corum, okay? But Isaac Rendo is a top guy. Moving on to wide receiver, Keon Coleman, definitely a good consideration if he's available. Finally, he could probably get back in. I thought he would have started last week. He ended up not starting. Nick Westbrook from Tennessee. Very disappointing that he's getting the work. He kind of came out of nowhere. 2 touchdowns, 21 points. Where I thought, honestly, it would have been the Ridley show. Sure enough, it wasn't. Just a bit of a mess there. By the way, Levis could be another viable option going back to quarterbacks as well. If you're desperate for a quarterback, could be available in leagues. And Marvin Mims as well. Now, it is a bit of a crapshoot when you're looking at these Denver wide receivers because you never know who's going to get the ball. Marvin Mims did have a touchdown, I believe. I think he only had like 4 targets and had himself a decent week. So Marvin Mims, okay? Now, I'm going to give you the optimal defense as well, but with tight end, I don't have much to say here. Start your most consistent tight end. I don't think Geno Smith is going to be available. He had 21 points last week. If he's available, grab him. Pat Freiermuth, if he's available, 18.8 points. But really with tight end, it's a crapshoot. You just got to start the best available tight end, whoever's available in your league. Check who's available. Have they been consistent the past 3 weeks? If they've had over 10 points the last 3 weeks, grab them. Add them to your waiver wire. Start them. Theo Johnson, I think he's been pretty solid all year. He's out, I think, on IR now. He is dealing with a foot injury. He's done, I think, for the season. Very unfortunate. That's a tight end position. You definitely want to start somebody who's been consistent. And again, very, very much uncertain at that position this week, okay? But again, if you have a specific start, questions, drop it below. Now, Bowers had a good week. Njoku had a good week. Guys like that. Geno Smith, but very hard to get these guys off waivers, okay? The defenses to start, I do like Jacksonville versus Tennessee this week. I like Pittsburgh versus Cleveland. I do like the Saints versus the Giants. Giants suck. Bucks versus Vegas and Arizona versus Seattle are some good defenses you want to consider streaming, okay? NFL Week 14 is here. These are some waiver wire pickups, but I want to try to get to as many questions as I can. Drop them below, but make sure you guys hit the thumbs up first. If you're new to the channel, make sure you guys are subscribing to keep the content rolling for you. And believe it or not, if you're out of the playoffs, make sure you guys subscribe, turn on the bell. I do break news here. And of course, I will also be getting into the 2025 content. It's never too early for fantasy football 2025. We don't stop here. We go year round. So if you're new to the channel, smash it, tap it, turn on that bell. And I do a lot of shorts and reels on breaking and trending news, NFL talk, truth to sports. I cover it all here. So hit the thumbs up. Okay, it's not just fantasy. It's reality as well. All right. Hope you have an amazing week. Hope you guys are in the playoffs. Hope you guys are doing outstanding. I appreciate you guys for following the channel. Have yourself an outstanding day. Keeping it short and concise here on this video. Love to see you in the comments and hit the thumbs up. Appreciate you guys. We'll talk soon. Oh, and join the Counselor's Edge below to get my NFL picks. Make sure you guys dive into that as well. Get it below. I've linked it. We'll talk soon. I'm out.